Hello, this is Priscilla Batzell. I'm in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Fluid Art Studio, and I have a 12 by 16 inch canvas, and I want to do a vertical, so it's in horizontal position because I want to do sky colors. That is the black iris, and I think I'm going to use the black iris to go around the edge right now. See if I can set some paint up, because the edges are the things that always show up when I'm using my spatula, and I'm going to use my spatula again, and hopefully it'll all blend in a second. And it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be a first layer, is my theory anyway. So that was the black iris. This is a new Vivid Intense Teal that I added some Paynes Gray to. This is Indigo Violet. This is Midnight Shadow. I'll put the colors under the video. When I think I have enough color to go across, I'll do that. I'm going to throw some rogue element in there. Periwinkle, Vivid Intense. And Viola Blue is another Vivid Intense. And if I need some black in there, I'll add it. But in the meantime, I've got Deep Amethyst. And I don't know how this is going to work, but I think it will. I hope so. That was a false start. So I'm just going to use, I've put these colors into pans and then dip my spatula in, and I really like the effect that they give picking them up on the blade of the spatula. So instead of putting it in a pan, I'm just putting it on the canvas. If I don't want canvas showing, I need a nice thick layer without anything in the way, like whatever caused the skip in the paint. You have to be fairly even if you're going to use a spatula. Even pressure. So every time I have a blade of paint, I just move it to where I want it to go. And slowly, and before I run it out thin, I pick up some more. That's a pretty sky. And if I happen to go down too far, that's okay too. I could also take some of this paint right now, since I seem to have given myself just enough extra to go over the edge. Really, really nice sky. Definitely exactly what I was after. That does not happen every time. Okay, so far so good. I like anytime I scrape the spatula off, I like to have whatever the colors I don't, it's not a surprise that there are colors I like showing up underneath what I'm scraping up with my spatula as I traverse the canvas. Yes, I like big words. I would like to get rid of that line of demarcation along the edge, but I'm not sure I'm capable of doing it. So sometimes I'll say, and often actually, that you might need a frame for doing these. I'd like that to cover up. Sometimes a finger, you just can't beat a finger. What a tremendously beautiful sky. I'm going to have to remember that. I'm still trying to cover the other edge with those colors, because now is the time. I might be able to fake something after. Right now I want to cover that. Get rid of the paint chip. Yeah, you pick the right colors, it doesn't matter what shows through. They stay nice. It's not a quick process, that's for sure. Gotta say that. Now what I have in mind for the bottom half is just using some Amsterdam black, enough to swipe. In theory, I could put a full moon in, and then I could highlight the trees that I want to add. But in truth, we don't know what's going to happen. I did pre-prime my canvas with with Australian, with Artist Loft White and Floetrol, regular Floetrol. So hopefully I have enough of this. Now where I have the most puddle, I want to put my colors and then swipe them into place. I don't think it matters if I use a spatula. Wow, I don't think I shook that. Because I just saw some very sheer stuff. I'm not too worried about my edges right now. Yep, there's the sheer stuff, but it's going to have colors over it, so I don't think it's going to be an issue. And the reason I pre-prime the canvas is to allow paint to slide more freely. Even if it's dry, it slides more freely. I just took my puddle away. That was really dumb. It's okay. I'm going to do what I'm going to do no matter what. I do want to let some paint go down over the edge on all sides. Even if it's thin, I can always shake it later. I'm kind of planning on this being mostly cells to imply a landscape and nothing specific. And there we go, that's going in the bucket. I've got more, and I've got colors. I'm going to try and come down from the top or push up, just switch the canvas around. This is the black iris. This is silver. True silver, Prizm pour. This is a little more of the vivid, intense teal. This is Emperor's Gold. I want to use it twice. Do I dare? Yeah, I will. I'll list the colors under the video. This is Mayan Gold. And I may put a second set of colors down. I've got something I don't use very often. I've got Chesnut Brown, which is a primary element. Can I get some out? I've got Vandyke Brown. Some of these bottles are not my favorites. And I've got two more colors. I've got Aspen Leaf, which is not coming out. And it's been a while since I shook it or stirred it, so we don't know what we're going to get. But that's a pretty interesting color. I have a feeling it's mixed for blooms. And I don't need the cap I have on it because it's plugged and I'll need to do something about that. So last but not least, Aztec Bronze, another vivid intense. And then I'm going to use my little spatula. I might tip those over actually. might tip them down too, although I really don't want to disturb that paint. So I use my tweezers to lift my canvas. Oh, and I missed a couple spaces. Good thing to catch right before it gets any stickier. Okay, so I'm going to start with, the black. Am I? No, I'm going to start with the gold. I'm going to start with the gold and the black. And the black is Australian Floetrol and Amsterdam black. I'm going to knock that over if I don't switch my canvas around. Alright, that's a start. I may have to tip something. I'm going to try and avoid the white, but I think I want to use a little bit more. With the Mayan gold. And I might use a little bit more of that aspen leaf. Could use the chestnut too. It's richer than the Vandyke. Do I want anything else in there? I think I'm good. I kind of want to put some white in there, I really do. Maybe I'll just put a dot in and see. I've got silver too. Maybe the silver is a better idea. Silver is Pebeo iridescent silver. But it's not open. I got it. Alright, before that falls all the way over this side, I'm going to come back here and swipe. And I really like the silver. The silver looks awesome. So I'm going to do silver on either side and black in the middle. So that the black is on that silver. Oh, I was on the wrong side. I really want something in here, so what am I going to put in there? Something, you know what, I'm going to put some indigo violet in there. Because I like indigo violet. No better reason. I've got, what else have I got? Emperor's Gold. I could have left myself some negative space too. I'm really liking this silver. I keep putting it on the wrong side, but I like it. My dog's feeling his oats in the other room if you can hear him. Alright, so that's my part one. Just going to go on scraping off my spatula down the edges and letting it fall over. Seems to be not a bad idea. It is what it is. It's sort of not exactly what I had in mind, but it's closer than I was. It's closer than I could have been. It could have been if I wasn't as happy. I like it. I think I'm going to tip up though. think I'm going to get a lot of black if I do that. I want something across the top. And I don't think it can be indigo violet, but I bet it can be deep amethyst. Because I don't want a straight up black line. Sorry about my head in the way. I'm sort of tempted to use a little silver just in case I do put a moon in my sky. I want to see what it would look like. Use a skewer. Blow on it and see. Looks kind of snowy. Neat. Looks like a wave though. There I go, using all my time again. So I'm going to give myself 1 minute on the clock. Pretty sure this is not done. Even that looks like a wave. Just drag the skewer through. Kind of thought the silver would sell, but it's kind of dramatic. I don't think I can put the moon in there if I want to, even if it's a silver moon. I kind of want to go across one more time. I don't want to do it with a big spatula though. Maybe with a little spatula. I've got one I never use. And I didn't even dribble in the picture. Let's put a little black in there just in case it doesn't completely read. If I make less wavy forms, I might feel more like it's going to look like a landscape. But I'm pretty sure it just looks like the edge of a cliff right now. Alright, I will see you guys anon. I'll be back in a minute, in other words. I could shimmer that at you, but it's days later. This is really dry, and I think it lends itself far more to a seascape than a landscape. And because of that, I'm going to put some ocean at the bottom right now, starting with some sparkling aqua. Using a little bit of Mystique. Sparkling aqua is a Prizm pour and Mystique is a primary element, and they are very similar in color. So I'm going to add a little bit of Nebulous Star, which is a primary element. And I don't mind if these are dark because it's obviously nighttime. I'm going to use, I'm going to do what I do and put colors in I like. I'm going to use a little bit of Water Lily, just because, and Amsterdam White, Cell Activator, grab a little bit of that, put it in here. Instant water. Use all of the excess of my spatula across the bottom. And just run a finger along it. And it blends in fairly well, especially the white helps cover it. Alright, so next, I'm going to wipe off that spatula. And the sky kind of bugged me when I saw how it dried. I was not pleasant. I was not surprised happily. So it would have been even better right now if I had checked to see that the midnight shadow was open. But we might want to use something else instead. I haven't been in my studio for many days because I've been working on my new Facebook page. So I'm going to skip the midnight shadow and go to this Paynes Gray, which is a Vivid Intense, I believe. It's a new color. And I added Diamonds and Pearls, which is a primary element, to it. And I want to cover up parts of this that are bugging me. I don't prefer this kind of bottle necessarily. Let's see how that covers. You know I still want the midnight shadow, but I'm going to have to open it up. I'm looking at the Burmese Ruby, Burmese Red. Take the threads out of the bottle. Get off my tweezers. And that is now open. I might have to take the cone of paint off the tweezers though. And my label's coming up. I'm having one of those days, to tell you the truth. So the only problem with putting paint all over the sky right now is the fact that I really, really wanted to be able to put a moon in. This is Bling It Boreal, another primary element. And I'm thinking to myself that I'm just going to give myself permission to do whatever I want, which includes a little water lily. And I brought out the, it's Violet Opal, and I was hoping for Interference Purple. I've got Gold, Interference Green, Violet, Interference Violet. I might like the Opal even better. There's some of the Opal. That's the Interference Violet. This is the Opal. Let's have a look at those next to each other. I have a balloon standing by in case I want to balloon roll some clouds. But in the meantime, Take all the paint that I've got. I don't think that little bit of purple's hurting anything. I wanted to put some trees along the top of the horizon. And I kept thinking if I put a silver moon in, I might want to put silver trees in like they were catching moonlight. That looks like the moon behind a cloud. I think that might be our moon. Of course, it might not dry that way, so that could be a problem. But in the meantime, it kind of looks like it to me anyway, so maybe what I'll do is I'll put a little bit of true silver in there. Do I dare? And let it expand. I kind of like that, and I like my ocean waves, and I can put a little more color at the bottom where I see it's missing. That's pretty cool. Do I want to put some trees in? I kind of do. Let me grab a container. I like these little dishes. Somebody gave me these because they ordered them by accident. They didn't realize they were so small. I've got the front of a flat spoon. I'm thinking that's gonna... might be too big. Maybe I don't want to risk that. Maybe I want to just dip a corner. Dip a corner of my Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatula. I feel like if I had a threak, might be a good idea. That's kind of cool. Just a few little spiky impression of trees might be all it's necessary to really make that into more, add more interest. Although now that you've got me started, see how you are. I also don't mind that I used, if I am recalling correctly, there was some true silver in the mix, which is unusual for me. I'm pretty sure that if I just take a bamboo skewer and mess with these things a little bit, pull up, what have I got? It's funny, they're everywhere until I want one. And I know there's one right here somewhere. There we go, all kinds of them. Just going to sort of blend the trees together. I'm going to grab some more silver. It's actually easier. Laid a couple down over the edge, why not? Don't want to go too crazy though. I'll be interested to see how this dries. I like the striations in the sky. The odd color smears are perfect. Now I could put black shadows below the trees if I was going to get nitpicky. I think along the horizon line is fine. So I love how the black cell activator worked. It left an incredibly cool texture. It didn't craze so much as it texturized. I can't explain it any better than that. Alright, so I'm going to shimmer this at you because there's not much to shimmer, but there's enough. I don't know if that makes any sense. The sky's going to be really pretty. Really pretty. I don't mind the dark areas where I didn't really smear out the color that thoroughly because it looks like dark clouds to me. I love you guys. I want you to take care of each other, take care of yourselves. Remember, I have a 20% off Colourarte coupon code below show more underneath the video. I kind of want to take all of that sky color and put it right into the water. Except for I have a cat here or sweater fuzz. There, I like that. Rocky Cliff Moonlit Night. And of course I'm out of sync with the monitors. It's gonna start turning now. Alright, I love you guys. Please give me a thumbs up when you share my videos. You help me out. Your comments keep my morale boosted. Underneath the video you're going to find a link that says Linktree. It has all of my links, a couple of websites, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links, Facebook group. I think I've changed my Facebook group. I hope so. I will have, by the time you see this video, I will have changed it if it's not changed already. My new Facebook group is not a group. It's just my profile. They took everything away from me. So all that's left is Priscilla Batzell /artist. So your comments are welcome and encouraged. Thank you for the donations through PayPal, through the link. And I really appreciate those of you who joined the membership. You're the ones that are keeping me here now. It's just you and me. I love how that ocean looks at the bottom. I do have one problem with that little bit of canvasy stuff showing. So I'm just going to blend it away with a little cell activator. Washing up on the rocks. Alright, you guys take care of each other, take care of yourselves. Anything I forgot, you'll see on another video, I'm sure. You can find my paint pouring recipe underneath Show More. My Amazon link is in the link tree, and I have 2 books there because I can. Unlimited Possibilities are volumes 1 and 2 of the first and the second 100 videos I made for YouTube about paint pouring. I do sell my art. I give classes at the house in Spring Hill, Florida. My email address is easpb and the word gallery spelled out at gmail.com, and I love you guys dearly. No matter how few there are of you left. The moon is getting a little funky around the edges, but I still think it looks awesome. So let's cross our fingers and hope it dries nicely. I'll see you anon. I changed my time again to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because I noticed Sheila was posting at 2:15 the same time I was, and that doesn't bode well for me because I'm already in a slump. All right. Subscribe if you're not. I could really use the help. Thank you. I appreciate your time. Come back. Come again. Priscilla out.